Hey, hey! Welcome everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Hope all of you are still truly well and blessed by our Lord and Savior. Yeah, we've been having rain for loads of rain. We are so thankful for the rain, but we had like, I think they say 240 millimeters of rain in a couple of days. So you'll see my grass looks horrible, waiting for my gardener to come and cut the grass again. So I'm not going to show you too much about that, and we're not going to talk about the grass too much. So let's not look at the grass, let's look at the blue sky. What are we doing today? Well, you guys have been asking, oh my soul, about what's going on with the flash bike. Yeah, today we sort it. It gets a new motor. We're not scrapping the old one, but the old one will be rebuilt for another time. So we're putting in a fresh motor, making it ready to be turboed. Yeah, it takes a while, so I'll put the fresh motor in and everything, and in this video you will definitely even see me start and heat cycle and all that groceries. All right, so let me stop talking and let's get that bike built. Alright, so before we get started, again, quick shout out to all the sponsors or members of the channel. Thank you guys a hell of a lot. It means a lot and it helps the channel more than you will ever know. So yeah, we've got a new member down here, Pete Speed. Thanks for joining, my man. And yeah, thanks to all the members. If you're not a member yet, hell, come and join. It's fun, it's like and you get a couple of extra stuff other people don't get. So yeah, let's get to that flash bike. Yeah, so as we left off in the previous video, with these blue rags, not blue rags, but the old motor of that flash bike. If you remember, the bearings, hit the bearing, gearbox, yeah, many problems. We decided on put the fresh motor in. As you can see, exhaust flanges and stuff is lying there. We need to change that turbo manifold. So yeah, we're not using this motor, we're using a fresh one. So yeah, all I did with this motor is I installed space plate, new gaskets, couple of stuff. So yeah, just lowered the compression. So we will be installing this motor. I didn't show you what I did there because I thought I already did it in the B-King. If you want to see me lower the compression, go check the B-King's video. And yeah, I was pressed for time. So next thing you'll be seeing is me installing this motor back into the bike, and then we'll do that turbo manifold and stuff. And yeah, just before we send it to Shane, we will start it again. Make sure it's got nice oil pressure, fresh oil and everything in. So yeah, once he sorts out that dictator management or what have you, we can be going to the dyno. So yeah, let me put this one quickly in. Okay, time to put the motor back in. As you can see, it's already by the bike. So yeah, let's install it.
komeet gevraagd.
Dis nou min of meer dit. That's plus minus that. With this. So what I need now is 2 bolts. Okay, so that's in real time, how long it takes to put the motor back in. Well, in, but not fully in yet. I see my fingers. Alright, so let me connect a couple of more things. You saw the real time now, how long it takes. The rest takes a bit longer. Alright, let me do some more stuff. Alright, so something you need to remember, or when you're installing a motor or the motor, you can tighten the front bolt on both sides. That one's got a floater in it, so make sure the floater is loose. And what I mean by floater is it's got a floating bush, so make sure this one is loose here. You can tighten these two in the front. You can put your back ones in. You saw me put a bit of grease on them because you don't know when the motor is going to get out again, so make sure it's not dry. And once you've got the motor in like this, then you can put the back bolt in and then tighten those two. You can already have tightened the front one, but tighten the back one. Then the motor is all the way that side it's supposed to be. And then as you can see on this side, I haven't even put the bolt in yet. So then you can come and use your special tool and yeah, tighten these ones till they go straight to the engine, or till they flush with the engine. And then you can lock them with the outer lock nuts, and yeah, put the normal nuts on this, or on the shafts, and put this Allen key. Then you can lock this Allen key, and then your motor is in. And yeah, then it's just for reassembling all the groceries. I already put the chain. Remember when you put the motor in to make sure the chain is on. I already put the sprocket on now. Tighten everything. Yeah, that's just something you need to remember. It feels obvious to me, but yeah, I think I should maybe mention a couple of things more in the videos for you guys. Okay, so I'll continue. I'll quickly fit all the sprocket stuff, cover the speedo drive, put the side stand back on, tighten all the engine mounts as I said I would, and we'll start reinstalling all the stuff. There's a new exhaust manifold that needs to go on, and yeah, maybe by the end of this video we'll start before she can go for the dyno. So while we're on the subject of things I had to do apart from build a new motor, I also had to change this whole exhaust manifold. You will see everything is much smoother now. I added, the flange wasn't thick enough, added a flange, changed the piping, redid most of the welds. It now works with exhaust studs, which you can turn in. I'll install them. They've got brass lock nuts. So this whole exhaust, as I say, has been redone. Could have built just a new one, but just to get the angle of the turbo and everything where it should be, I used the old one, but I replaced the runners and yeah, everything. So yeah, I'm quickly gonna install these, then we're gonna fit it on the bike. And yeah, then we're gonna see how the turbo fits now, because it's gonna sit 12 mils lower. But yeah, we'll see. All right, so let me quickly install these and I'll go and show you. So I just got done installing the new stainless exhaust bolts, top and bottom. And if you can check there, the bottom ones, they are very lacquer. You need specialized tools, stuff like this and this. Yeah, and at least it's all nice and tight now with the new exhaust studs at the bottom for the turbo manifold. So yeah, let's see if we can get that turbo on. Yeah, so just check it. Turbo is back on. Got clearance and everything. Everything is right and tight.
connected the down pipe or the return pipe. Check all the new, you can't see the new bolts and stuff, but yeah, turbo setup is back on. So yeah, a couple of things left to connect and we can get this started. So yeah, just let me sort a bit of this out. Not going to show you that, but once it's done, we are one step closer to getting us started again. All right, so let me stop saying all right and start working. Okay, so just quickly, just want to show you that Bluetooth water temperature fly-by-wire sensor that was on the previous motor. This one doesn't have it. It's not necessary, so yeah, this one doesn't have it. I installed this pipe the correct way. It should go that way around to the radiator, not this way. And connected this water hose, reinstalled the starter. There's an extra earth for the fuel pump. The earth for the battery is also down there. There it is. And then the starter wire, and reinstalled everything else. So I'll put the throttles and stuff on now, and we'll connect all the injectors. And yeah, we're gonna have to change the fitting on that fuel pump. Look at this lovely MacGyver setup. But yeah, we will sort that out, don't worry about that. And we still need to put the fuel pressure regulator back on, but that should be pretty much it for the motor. Yeah, all right, let me do that. Well, as you can see, installed the throttles, fuel lines, redid or covered the injectors, connectors and stuff. So quickly gonna install the wastegate. Make sure it's clean. It doesn't need the gasket. You use a bit of this fire gum. It's ceramic paste. You put a little bit on, not a lot, because once it gets heat, it expands. And yeah, that's the only thing you use. You don't use gaskets or stuff like that. Oh yeah, that's too much. So that is more than enough. Just put a bit on. As I say, once you start it up, it'll expand. You don't want to put too much on because it expands, and you don't want it going into your exhaust and yeah, into the wastegate, blocking it. So yeah, just like that, nothing on that side. Yeah, we'll quickly install it. And there you can see the wastegate's installed. There's none of that paste coming out, but once you start it, there will be a bit coming out. The exhaust looks about the same as it was. Not a real difference. There you can check the space plate at the bottom. And yeah, I love all this red overspray. So you must remember, the boost line from your boost box goes on this side of the wastegate. You can put the line on this side, but this side's actually when you have a boost controller, then you connect this side. Otherwise this side can stay open to air. So yeah, I think we'll quickly install the radiator. One step closer. Okay, so before we can fit the radiator, I forgot we need to install the oil line. So I rerouted it a bit. It goes to here on the oil gallery because this motor wasn't in here. There's a block of plate. I went and took the old motor's one off. So install this, give it oil feed to the turbo. So yeah, let me quickly do that before we can fit the radiator. So I connected the oil feed line. I routed it down at the back and around. So it looks better. I don't know if you can remember that lovely bolt that was on the boost box. Well, I removed it, tapped the hole, and put the air intake temperature sensor there. So you can read the boost coming in, which is obviously going to be hot. but then it can enrich the fueling to help cool it. So yeah, it wasn't there originally. I had to make the hole bigger and tap it to take the sensor. So there was something else in there, don't know what. But yeah, we are getting there. Quickly connect this boost box and then we can fit the boost pipe and get closer and closer. Oh yeah, and yeah, we must connect this intake air temperature sensor. I can just, aha. So yeah, they extended the wire because it was somewhere in here, fitted somewhere in there. Yeah, now it's there. All right, let me tighten this boost box and put the boost pipe on, and we're one step closer. One step closer. So yeah, it's starting to reassemble or starting to look like a bike again. Boost pipes connected, fitted, everything. Ram air tube is fitted like it should be. Everything is connected. Still need to sort out some of the wiring and yeah, put the air filter on. Still need to put the side stand back on. Couple of nitty-gritty stuff, but yeah, at this moment I'm not thinking we're gonna make it for this video. Maybe in the next video we will be starting her, and then I can show you when we take it to the dyno and all that, like a groceries. So yeah, I don't know, let's see. Okay, so in the process of me wanting to show you guys and girls and everyone out there that the new motor starts and it's good and it's great and it's gorgeous, I skipped like I don't know, 700 steps. But it's just, I don't want the video to be 2 hours long. I know some of you guys would watch it, but most people won't. So I'll quickly run through what's everything. Fitted the battery, sorted these wires out. You'll see it's nice, and everything on the inside has a place, on its place. As I say, all the sensors and stuff are connected. The wastegate at the moment doesn't have a vacuum hose on it. I fitted the radiator, fans, what else? I did everything that was needed to be done. I did. I still need to finish up the back. Boost pipes are connected. I don't know, most of the things I made videos, but most of it I cut out, so I am not sure where we are anymore. I did fill her with oil. I need to top it up, and there's a trick if you start the bike or before you start the bike to build oil pressure. If a motor has been split or open and the oil pump doesn't want to pick up oil pressure, there's a trick I'll show to the members, how to build oil pressure without having to start the bike and stuff like that. But yeah, I have done, filled it with antifreeze, filled it with oil, put some fuel in it. Haven't heat cycled it, haven't started it. I just made sure it had oil pressure. So yeah, I think we should start it now and yeah, see how difficult it's gonna be. So yeah, this, I still need to tighten all the stuff down and stuff, but I need to make sure this motor is running, sounding good and stuff, so I can take it to Shane so we can get it dyno, or get the computer sorted and then get it dynoed, and then we'll do all this nitty-gritty stuff. Still need to adjust the back wheel back again and tighten everything, but yeah, all right. So yeah, it has been heat cycled, everything. Hasn't been heat cycled, it has been oil pressure. So yeah, let's see. Just like that.
So once I stop the camera, you can see she's heat cycling at the moment. I think the turbo was just a bit sticky from the standing and stuff. So all that smoke coming off now is the exhaust manifold burning the new paint in, and yeah, everywhere that has been cleaned and stuff. So that's what's happening now. You can see the heat. Almost that temperature. I'll just switch her off. You will see it's smoking like crazy. So yeah, I'll finish up the rest of the bike. The next video you'll see on this one will be me taking it to Shane and sorting out. I won't show you all the sorting out, the stuff he's gonna do that I don't make videos on. But yeah, probably the next video on this bike and the blue one, they will be on the dyno. So it's gonna be a week or 2 or 3. I've got other videos that will be in between this one while we wait to sort this one out and get them both to the dyno and me to be able to go there. He lives in Joburg, I live in Welkom. We're like 300 k's from each other, and yeah, I work shifts on the mine, so I have to wait till I've got the off shift and Shane's ready so we can go to the dyno. So yeah, you guys, that's a lot of cackling from me. Thank you guys for watching, sharing, subscribing, liking. Thank you guys that were asking where's part 5. You must understand now, I built a motor, or I had a motor, but I had to take the head and stuff off because the motor wasn't built for turbo, so I needed to put space plate and all that stuff on and go through everything, and that takes time. So that's the reason this video took 2 weeks to make. I tried to show you as much as I can, but as you can see in this video, it takes me 9 minutes to put the motor in. It takes me another 4 days to put the rest of the stuff back on. So yeah, you guys, share it with someone, subscribe, become members, hell. But if you're still watching now, comment down below, let's say Flash is back. Yeah, comment that, Flash is back. Then I know at least you watched till the end. But thank you all. I love you guys a lot. May the Lord bless all of you. May He bless us all more than we all deserve. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.